Hello everyone. I am starting this series where I'll teach you how to solve LeetCode questions in JavaScript. So let's begin with our first problem today. The problem is question number 1 from LeetCode, two sums. Let's read the question. So given an array of integers, nums, and an integer target, return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to the target. So here what the first line says is we would be given the input, which would be an array of integers, and they would be named as nums, and we would be given an integer that would be named as target. What we have to do is we have to return the indices. Indices is basically the position of the numbers that add up to the target. So since in our example number 1, 2 plus 7 equals to 9, so the indices would be 0 comma 1 and the output is 0 comma 1. Now let's read the question further so that we don't miss anything from the question. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution and you may not use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. So now what they are saying is there would be exactly one solution and the same number cannot be repeated twice. So basically the same element. So let's say we cannot say that let's say see in example 2 we cannot say that 3 plus 3 is 6, which means the output cannot be 0 comma 0. The elements or the indices would always be different, and in the last line it says that your answer, you can return the answer in any order. So in our output initially we returned 0 comma 1, it could be 1 comma 0 as well. So that is not a problem if you are doing it in any order. So let's see what I have made as solution here. So the function was already given. We had nums, which is nothing but array of numbers. We had target, which is the sum that we wanted. I have taken nums length, which is nothing but nums dot length. I have created a constant named output, which would be an empty array initially. Now I am iterating through the nums, and what I'm doing is I'm taking a current which would store the e, which is each element, and then there would be a remainder would be nothing but target minus current, and this would give us the remaining number that we want. And then I have taken a for loop. Inside for loop I am taking j as the index plus 1. So if the element is at 0, we are trying to compare it with the next number. So that is why we are beginning with 1, the first element, and it would go up to nums length, and then we are incrementing it if our condition is not met. So inside this for loop we are checking if nums at j, which is basically array at the second element, is equals to remainder or not. If it is equals to remainder, we would push I comma j inside output, and we would simply break, which means our solution, we have got the solution. And if not, we are returning the output, which is nothing but an empty array. So this is how we can solve the question. Let's run it. And here all the test cases have passed. Now, there are other ways of doing this as well. For example, in most of the interviews, they might ask you to avoid using for each. Instead, they'll ask you to use this sort of for loop. So you can go ahead and do that. There's nothing wrong in it. Thank you.